Hello everyone, my name is Anita Putri Rahayu. I will presentation research methodology, review of related literature on impact of COVID-19 toward Indonesia economy. And the fourth, review of related literature on independence variable, (IF). In 2020, COVID-19 is a global health problem, including Indonesia. This begins with information from the World Health Organization (WHO) that on 31 December 2019, there was a case of a group of pneumonia with a new etiology in one city, Hubei Province, China, and then depot outside of China. On 30 January 2020, COVID-19 was declared a public health emergency of international concern, PHIEC. On 11 March 2020, COVID-19 was declared a pandemic in Indonesia. Indonesia first report to positive case on 2 March 2020, and positive case continued to increase until April 2020. The Indonesia government has taken many steps and policies to overcome this pandemic problem. One of the first steps taken by the government is social distancing movement to the community. This step aims to break the chain of transmission of the COVID-19 pandemic because this step requires people to maintain a safe distance from other humans at least 2 meters. Not make direct contact with other people and avoid mass gatherings, and there is a policy that the government must implement, namely PSBB. PSBB is stated in Government Regulation Number 21 of 2020 concept PSBB in the context of accelerating the handling of the coronavirus disease COVID-19. Several things were reaction during PSBB include school and workplace activity, religious activity, activity in public facility, social and cultural activity, and public transportation operation. And the next, review of related literature on defense variable, DF. The World Bank project that Indonesia economic growth this year will be depressed by 2.1%. This is due to the continued distribution of COVID-19 both domestically and abroad. Bank Indonesia has also revised Indonesia economic growth project to 5% or only around 2.5%. The COVID-19 pandemic will have devastating implications for the world economy and Indonesia from 2021 to the percent, as occurs at a time when commodity prices are declining and financial market volatility. The relationship between inflation and economic growth is one of the most debatable issue and macroeconomic discussion among macroeconomic policy makers and monetary authorities in the country. However, for Indonesia, COVID-19 has had a significant impact on the tourist sector. Decreased export performance and economic growth performance. The main sector that have the most impact are the accommodation, transportation, retail, and manufacturing. Transaction will have a different imbalance, and so that there have been many layers PHK, causing a decrease in people income and increasing unemployment. The Indonesia economy was under heavy pressure throughout the second quarter and seen by the decline. The existence of social or physical distancing result in a decrease in overall economic activity, namely there were massive layoffs. The result of the data obtained are 1.5 million work at the home and affect the layoff, where 19% of work are at home and 10% of work are laid off. There has been a decrease in the Indonesia manufacturing PMI reaching 45.30% in March 2020. 3.7% in the first quarter. the occurrence of flight cancellation, which result in the decrease in revenue in the sector. The loss that was felt reached 207 billion. There was 12,703 flight cancellation at 15 airports in January until March 2020. Government of Indonesia policy. Several stages of the policy process, widely between the formulation and the consequence that will be caused by a policy are the definition of policy. In policy, there are aspects that are intention in implementation, namely aspect of communication, resource dispensation of recruiting structure. Various policies have been made by the government in Indonesia in handling the COVID-19 case. As a result, the share of Indonesia people classified as poor or near poor is likely to increase in 2020 and until 2021. And the last review of related literature on both EF and DF. Since COVID-19 was announced to be a global pandemic by the World Health Organization (WHO) on 11 March 2020, COVID-19 has become a very frightening for all countries because of its very rapid spread. The COVID-19 pandemic that has been established by the UN has an impact on transportation, tourist trade, health, and other sectors, and the existence of lockdown and social distancing policies taken by various countries to prevent further spread of COVID-19. So that activity economy is hampered by pressure of future world economic growth, include Indonesia economy. Indonesia growth has taken various policies such as working from home and all activity in the industry and office sector had to be temporarily suspended. In addition, the education sector, public service, and a place of worship, shopping center, restaurant, and tourist palace also experienced the same thing and kept their distance. Last anti-scale social restriction PSBB, so that various economic sectors could decrease due to the coronavirus. The government has encouraged ministry and institutions as well as government regions to equate spending, especially in the schedule for the first quarter of 2020. This was done to reduce pressure on Indonesia economic growth due to the COVID-19 pandemic as well as the decline in